everybody, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. So today we are going to be making some beeswax wraps, and it's absolutely wonderful. I have just started making some this weekend, and I thought I would share this with you. It's not new, but actually, you know what? We used to do this in the past, in the old days. I mean, maybe a century or more ago, when we didn't have foil or plastic wraps. We used to do that. So it's nothing really new. It seems that we're discovering things, but it's not new at all. But it's absolutely fantastic, and it smells good. It's economical as well, because you're going to be able to make as many as you wish. And when you look at the prices on the net, I mean, it's so expensive, but it's so easy and quick to do. Very simple materials. What would be maybe costing the most would be beeswax. So you need to use beeswax and not candle wax. It's certainly not the same. This is all natural, and this is exactly what we want. We want something good for our health, good for our money, and also good for nature, right? So no more wasting. We're going to be able to reuse these over and over again, wash them with just cold water, and it's so nice to touch as well. And beeswax, we will be making some other crafts with this, like lip balm, for example, because for winter, I love that. So with no further ado, and look at this one, so nice, I love the color. With no further ado, let's start making some beeswax wraps. So what you will need for this is some kitchen or cookie sheets. I'm going to use 2 sheets because I'm going to use a big piece, so I'm going to need a bigger one. You can use 1 sheet only if you want. So 1 sheet for the bottom and 1 sheet to put on top of your fabric. Of course, you're going to use natural fabric. We're going to use natural beeswax. We're going to use cotton fabric. Any size, any shape, you can cut it, put it into circles, like I showed you in the beginning. So anything that is just cotton, if it's brand new, you need to clean it first, because there's always some chemicals on top to make it look nice and pretty. So you need to clean it first and then use it. So I'm going to use this one here, this little napkin. And of course, you're going to need beeswax. So only beeswax. Don't use candle wax, because it's not natural. In candles wax, you've got chemicals, and one of the main one comes from petroleum. So you're not going to put this on directly on contact with your food. Of course, only beeswax. So it comes in different forms. Here it's like sheets of beeswax. You can make candles, of course, out of these, and it smells so good. You could, I mean, for those of you who have never tried, this is absolutely great. And making a candle out of this is easy. I would probably do that in another tutorial. You can also find it in pellets, or you can find it in big bars like soaps. If you find it in soaps, you can you can grate it with a little grater like this. Because I have this, you can just easily cut it into pieces. That's what I've actually done. So I'm going to just take a piece of this one. And I took a bowl, and then you just, if it's not too hot, it's easy to scrunch it and to break it apart. So you don't need to have big chunks. A little goes a long way, and as I said, I would do a whole bunch of these. So you have different sizes, different shapes. If you want to wrap a big plate or a smaller, or even a mug, or anything you want to cover up and put into your fridge, that'll do fine. So I've already done this. I've got my piece here. I would probably iron it just a little bit before, so it's kind of already neat. That's what I'm going to do very quickly here. But it's going to flatten out anyway when you're going to put the beeswax on. So I'm really going to go very quickly. That's fine. I'm going to put a little bit of beeswax on the edge a little bit. Don't put too much. There is another technique where you can put it into the oven. I don't really like that one, because you tend to put too much and it's going to be thick. It doesn't need to be thick at all. So a little goes a long way. You can always add more, but if it's too thick, it's going to be a bit hard to take it away. So the iron is just great, because you're also going to be able to spread your beeswax when it starts to melt. You're going to be able to spread it along your sheet. So a little bit around the corners as well. This is probably a bit too much, but I'll see. It's really thin, so I think it's going to be quite good actually because it's not that thick. All right, I'm going to put another sheet on top. So just for here, I would put 2 sheets because you can see here it's not big enough. But I just want to show you this, otherwise it's going to be too opaque. I'm going to put my bowl on the side. And then you're going to put your iron. So my iron is the craft iron, so no worry. On cotton settings. You're going to put it like this, and it's going to start to melt very quickly. You see that? And because it's cotton, it's natural fibers, the wax, when it's going to start melting, going to go through both sides. It's really going to see through all your fabric. So you won't have to do this once on top and once on the other sides. It's going to go, you're going to make it on 2 sides, you know, both sides at the same time. All right, and then you're going to start spreading it around. And don't worry if I'm going to show you something. I need to melt a bit more right now. So you'll understand what I mean by spreading it around. And you're not going to lose anything because even if you go on the sides and there's a little bit too much, you're going to be able to reuse your cookie sheet and put more. I'm not going to do just one. I'm going to do a lot of these. And I'm going to give it to my mom as well and friends. We need to be careful now with our health. You know, there's a lot of bad products out there and we can really do things about it. And it's also more economical when you do it yourself. You can buy these, of course, but hey, it's about crafting and doing things by ourselves. So as you can see, I'm spreading it around. I can move the wax where I want to. Be careful to really go well up to the edges out there. And the beeswax is colored. You know, it's naturally colored. It has this natural color. So it's going to tint and darken a little bit your fabric. But for me, it's no biggie. And you're going to do this all around. And you'll be able, when you start lifting it up, to see if there's a place like here. You can see that there's not enough. So I would add a little bit more. Be careful with your fingers. Don't go and burn yourself because it can be really hot. Wax, when it starts melting down, goes really, really hot. So be careful with that. Don't burn your fingers. And it takes really no time at all. Of course, the bigger fabric you have, piece of fabric, the longer it's going to take. But it's going to dry and harden very quickly too. And again, I'm spreading this around, trying to make it as neat as I can. So I think I'm going to finish this one up off camera because you got the hint, you know how to do it right now. And I'll see if I need to add more or not. So I'm going to finish that one up and we'll see how to take all the pieces away and how to use it. All right, so it's not completely cold yet or dry, but I'm going to take this piece off. So as you can see, it's really easy to peel, and I'm taking it off not like this. I'm peeling it really like horizontal on the table. Very easy to do. It's going to help it dry a little faster. I'm going to take the other piece away. There we go. It is a little bit hot, but not too much. I'm going to take all the excess away. And peel it off too. I'm going to put this aside, and if you have a little excess on the sides, it's easy. You can just take it away like this or use scissors, and now you're good to go. So it's going to take any shape you wish. I'm going to take this, put it on top, And it's going to melt and take the shape just with your hands. With the heat of your palm, it's going to take the exact shape that you wish. So it's already hardening. It hardens quite fast, honestly. It's been just a few minutes. So this one is probably a bit too big for my bowl, but it's going to be just fine for the example. And I'm going to wrap it around. You can put directly food in here, your sandwiches and whatnot, and there you go. So I have this one. I have this one here, and it's really staying in place. There's no problem. It's not going to be waterproof, or of course, but it's just going to work fine. And in here, I have just wrapped 2 pieces of apples. Very easy, and there they go. And it's really going to protect them. It's been a while since I have them here, but look at that. And again, it's going to stay in shape, just like so. And look at the designs. I mean, they're really cute. You're going to be able to make a ton of these. And if it's stained, just take a little bit of water, a clean sponge, take the stain off, and you're going to be able to use it over and over again. And if it really starts to get dirty over time, just throw it away. You've already recycled something. I would use anything in cotton that you already have home, clean it thoroughly, and then put some beeswax on top. Economical, good for nature, good for your money, and most of all, again, good for your health. So I don't know if you have tried this yet, but I would really recommend it because it's nice. You can make personalized fabric for, you know, a man, for children, for yourself. So everybody's going to have its own, and they won't get mixed up, especially if you go to work. You know, it's going to be nice. Maybe your husband wouldn't like to have flowers or something. Well, everybody can have its own colors. So, and I think it's also a great gift to do. And if you go shopping, you can bring it and ask somebody, you know, in the shop, in the grocery store, to put it directly in here. Like if you buy cheese, directly in there, so you won't have to throw paper away anymore. So please, if you like this, give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments. Have you already tried, or will you try to do some of these? I think they're great. The touch is really nice. It's not like paper. It's not like fabric. It's like in between, and it smells so good, and it's so natural. So leave me your comments there, please, also, and also share on social medias. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.